I just bought a new rabbit. I was looking for breeders nearby, near-ish by, of the Flemish Giant rabbit. And I found one not too far away. Went down there, took a look, found a nice doe. My wife was wanting a doe, so we can breed that doe against our silver fox bucks to see what kind of crosses we can get for our pastured rabbit production. Well, I got this, bought a doe for $75. You know, pretty good price for a rabbit. 75 bucks. 6.5 months old, so she's right at around breeding age. Maybe wait another couple weeks, maybe. Alright, so I bring her home, and first thing I did was put her up in one of my doe cages just so she could kind of familiarize with, get to know her neighbor a little bit. So I put her in the same cage with my doe. And in about 10 seconds, I realized that she was not a doe, because she was doing some very un-doe activities. So, well, I did a quick double check, pulled her out and checked, and holy cow, it's a buck. It is not a doe. So, shame on me for not checking before I paid for it. I mean, it still works for what we're doing. I have a Flemish Giant to cross with our silver foxes. But, that's a very common... Calm down. Calm down. Thank you. You're a big boy. It's a very common issue when buying rabbits. Apparently, about half the time, people get the wrong gender of rabbit, something that they weren't expecting. And honestly, half the time, that means it's basically random chance, which means most people who are handling and raising rabbits seem to have a hard time identifying between males and females, between the bucks and the does. So I'm going to do this video so I can show you guys a little bit more on how to tell the differences between your bucks and does, how to be absolutely sure. Let me sit down for a minute, my back's aching again. I hope this table doesn't collapse. So I can usually check genders after they're about 3 or 4 days old. I don't really like to, because they're very tender and fragile at that age. So I like to wait till they're a little older, just because things can get a little bit sore when you're checking around then. Usually I'll check the gender at first when they're about 2 weeks old, and it's plain as day to see. On this guy, you're about 7 months old now. Careful. You need a nail trim. Look at those nails. Got some good nails on you. It's about 7 months old, maybe 7.5 months now. And things are going to be easy to see, so let me show you how that's done. First is, I'm going to flip him over, but I'm going to cradle him because I want him to be calm and supported. If the rabbit feels unsupported, they're going to go crazy. They're just going to start kicking and jumping, and you'll get scratched. The rabbit can fall and get hurt. You don't want to lose your rabbit. If this bunny gets down on the ground, at least here in the shed, I stand a good chance of catching him. But if it was outside, probably not going to catch him very well, even though you are one of the more calm-natured rabbits that I've held, which is good. Okay, so I'm going to get you calm. Not too calm. I know, you're confused as to why you're in a shed instead of in your nice rabbit cage by your friends. Calm down. It's a little harder with these big breeds. This guy's got to be about 16 pounds. You're huge. Honestly, you might be closer to 20. I haven't weighed him. I should. But, yeah, it's a little bit harder with these big rabbits. But basically, I'm going to get him in this kind of cradle position. I might tuck the head under my arm a little bit, just careful not to suffocate or anything. And I need to get to down here, this area here. I'm going to find, ooh my, that's easy to see on you. Yes, when they're developed, mature, which is around 6 months for most breeds, things pop out quite easily, whether or not they're male or female. So what you do is you kind of push back on the tail here, and then you pull back up here just past the genitalia area. So I'm going to push back on the tail with these fingers, and I'm going to kind of pull back or push forward here with my thumb. In the front of the genitalia area, I'm going to be pushing kind of down a little bit and back, and that's going to show me what he's got there. So we're going to push that tail down, kind of back of the tail here. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to, well, there you go. That is definitely, ooh, yeah. There you go. Sticking out there. That is a very mature buck right there. So one more time. We're going to go right into this region here, kind of pushing this way, and then the other one I'm going to go here, and I'm going to take both of my fingers and I'm going to go downward a little bit and out. So here and here, both sides of my hand, down and out, just like that. There you go. That is definitely a buck. Now, even if things aren't fully developed, put you back down here. There you go. Calm down. They don't like that so much. Even if things are not quite so fully developed, you will fairly easily be able to see the start of that coming up. With a female, you're going to see, well, the lack of anything protruding up. You're going to be able to get that, the female genitalia to be kind of popping out a little bit more, but I mean, it's going to be, well, it's going to be female genitalia. There you go. Calm down. Put you on the table. You like the table. There you go. Go show yourself off. So you want to be a little bit gentle when you're doing this to a younger rabbit. They're not fully developed. They don't have all those parts. It's not going to stick out as far or be as obvious. So be a little bit gentle with them. They're also, their skin is lighter and thinner. They're just not fully developed in that area. Actually, to stretch out the skin in that area to cause some skin stretching and tearing. You don't want to do that. So take it easy. That is how you can tell if your rabbit is a boy or a girl, a buck or a doe. Now I have to go put Buster back in his cage because he likes it a lot better than in the shed. Don't forget to check out the Facebook group, Homestead Know-How, and check out my website, northernhomesteading.com. Let's make sure we know what animals we're working with. So go ahead and if you have rabbits, if you've not done that much, go and check. Go and check and then double check. It's a very necessary thing to know. Look at that rabbit tail. So cool. Oh, I use a big rabbit.